All right, everyone, we got a brand new Nintendo Switch eShop sale going on in addition to a slight physical first-party game sale at the end, so stick around for that. We're going to jump through all of the notable sales and discounts just posted over on the sales and discounts page on Nintendo's website, and I'll share some of my personal recommendations on which of these games might be worth adding into your Nintendo Switch collection right now. So right over at the top of the Nintendo Switch sales and deals page, you can see the Lunar New Year sale from Bandai Namco. These are actually some of the best prices we've seen on a collection of these games, up to 84% off on select games, and it is running from February 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific time until February 18th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Right at the start of the list, you have Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I've always referred to this game as Street Fighter meets Dragon Ball Z characters. It's not exactly that, but if you're used to those 2D one-on-one fighting games with a team of characters, I guess maybe more Marvel versus Capcom, then this might be worth looking into for you. It is currently on sale for just $9.59 as opposed to its $60 regular retail. However, I would note that we have seen this game go on sale numerous times, so I'm sure it'll go back on sale in the future. Don't feel necessarily any time pressure to pick up this one, but it is a steep discount at 84% off, and of course there's a ton of additional content you can get through things like DLC, so you will have to look into various different character packs and skins and things if you are interested in that. And continuing next on the list is Little Nightmares Complete Edition. This is a fun survival horror puzzle platformer, really cool art style, really unique gameplay elements throughout. This is the first installment in the Little Nightmares games, but there is a second one, and we know to expect a third out later this year in 2024, so it might just be a series you want to pick up the entire thing. $7.49 right now as part of this eShop sale. We love Katamari pre-roll, or re-roll rather, Royal Reverie Special Edition. This is a game I'm not familiar with at all. Pac-Man World Repack. Now this one actually has my attention personally because I did see a lot of the gameplay and trailers whenever we first got this game revealed to us. It looks interesting enough for me. It's definitely more up my alley with a kind of 3D adventure platformer puzzle game. I tend to enjoy these. It's definitely very bright, vibrant, and colorful, and considering that it's under 10 bucks right now, might be a good time to add that one into your Nintendo Switch collection. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, which is $9.99 or 75% off right now. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition is $9.99 or 80% off right now. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, a New Awakened set, Legendary Edition, which I'm supposing is the game in all of the different DLC. I super enjoyed Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I actually played it on PC, so I could mod in the Bruce Falconer soundtrack. That is a big missing part of this game, unfortunately. If you play it, at least if you grew up as a Toonami kid like me watching it with that soundtrack, it just doesn't hit the same when you know that there's those certain sounds that should be happening when Gohan's going to Super Saiyan 2, and it doesn't sound or hit near as good with the soundtrack that's included in this one. But anyway, that's my personal preference on it. Ton of fun whenever it comes to the game, the fighting mechanics, and I really did enjoy my playthrough. I did not play through any of the DLC, however, and so that's some additional content to look into. The regular retail on this one is $109 for the complete set with the Legendary Edition, $43.99 for part of the sale, so still a 60% discount, so maybe a good time to get into a ton of different gameplay. I want to say I clocked in around the 40-hour mark or so, just progressing through the main story and doing a lot of the side missions and things, so definitely look into some reviews. A lot of fun for Dragon Ball Z fans out there, and this is more the Dragon Ball Z game on the list that is up my alley as far as the gameplay and story elements, things like that, so look into that one if you so choose. Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom Prince's Edition, $14.99, 75% off right now. You can get the Dragon Ball Fighter Z Ultimate Edition for $27 as part of the sale. Digimon Survive is 67% off right now. Very story heavy game from my understanding. It's not necessarily like Digimon Pokemon style game. It's actually very different than that, so look into some reviews on this one. But if you thought Power World was the only franchise that ever took inspiration from Pokemon, well, look into Digimon, kids. It came out around the same time as a direct competitor. Cartoons and all, and a pretty cool story to boot. $19.79 or 67% off right now is Digimon Survive on this eShop sale. Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. Now, these are some games that I still need to add into my Nintendo Switch collection. There is a demo available. Action adventure platformer fans, look into this. Yet again, a 3D style game, but more focused on 2D platforming. As far as for the most part, you'll see plenty of camera angle shifts and things like that, but this one has my interest peaked at just 10 bucks right now as part of this sale. And again, you love to see demos available. You can check out this game before you choose to purchase it. Namco Museum is $4.79 right now, or 84% off. So tons of classic Namco throwback arcade games. Definitely look into that one. It's a steep discount, one of the better ones on this list. Tales of Symphonia Remastered is $23.99 right now, or 40% off as part of this sale. One Piece Ultimate World Red Deluxe Edition is $4.79, a full 88% off its regular retail. SD Gundam Battle Alliance 1979, also a demo available on that one. And then you have God Eater 3. I did watch some trailers for this one, never really looked into playing the game myself or even saw any reviews about it, so maybe do your own research on it. But the graphical style of the game actually looks really good, especially if you are an anime fan. If you want that kind of vibe in a game, you also get, you know, co-op and multiplayer supported in this thing, so it looks promising. It's definitely a game that's more or less up my alley. I just haven't given it any chance or time yet myself. So God Eater 3, instead of its regular $60 retail, it is on sale for 84% off, or $9.59 right now. Sword Art Online Hollow Realization Deluxe Edition is $4.99, or 90% off, one of the steeper discounts on this list. $5 for a $50 game. Definitely look into that, especially if you are a fan of the series Sword Art Online. We're going to start to skip around on this list a little bit. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Special Edition is $29.99, or 40% off. Pac-Man Museum Plus is also $9.99, or 50% off. My Heroes 1 Justice, $10. Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition, $20. Continuing on down the list here, kind of you guys can see for yourself what's on screen and what's on sale. Dragon Ball The Breakers is one that I never gave a chance to, but at just $5 might be worth throwing into the collection. Definitely more story-focused Dragon Ball game, and then it's like a survival element where you're just kind of trying to sneak around and not get caught from what I can see from the trailers. The gameplay loop never really grabbed me in any of the promotional material that I saw from it, but if you are a big Dragon Ball fan and you like more narrative-driven story games, I think that this one could be a good one to check out. And for $5, you really can't go wrong, because even if it's not the best thing out there, you only wasted $5. So continuing on down, Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connection, $59, excuse me, 30% off its regular retail, which is normally $84.99 as part of this sale. My Hero 1 Justice 2 Ultimate Edition, $19.99. And then that about does it as far as the ones we'll talk about on the Bandai Namco sale. Then I want to quickly talk about the Warner Brothers sale, and really just a couple games at the top. If you're a fan of Hogwarts Legacy and you want to add this into your collection, now might be a good opportunity. We have seen the game on sale previously, but it is still a fairly recent release for all things considered. It came out on November 14th of 2023 for the Nintendo Switch. Of course, that was supposed to launch over the summer of 2023 and got delayed, but from what I can see, this is still a very enjoyable experience on the Switch, even though they did have to scale back some of the openness of the world of this game. Like, there's definitely different bridges and areas you'll see where you have to go up and just press a button to teleport into said building in the Switch version, whereas in the other versions, if you own a PS5 or Xbox One, Series X or S, or even PS4, I believe that same thing does not apply. You would just like naturally walk up to it. So some unique loading screens and whatnot, but the developers made it work on old aged hardware that is the Nintendo Switch Tegra X1, and that is available for 30% off right now. Mortal Kombat 11, $9.99, almost always on sale. Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition, the more recent Mortal Kombat game, which I'm assuming you get just about all the DLC, character packs, and stuff like that. It is $65.99, or 40% off right now. It's regular $109, so maybe a good opportunity to add in a ton of Mortal Kombat content to your library with Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch. Although if you do own another console, you may want to get it on that. The graphical downgrade is definitely noticeable. That said, they've fixed a lot of the big bugs and glitches from my understanding, and it is nice to have that portable play factor. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, great addition, probably the best Lego Star Wars so far, period, but $23.99. It's kind of one of those repeat offenders that's always on sale as well. 70% off right now, so look into that for Lego Star Wars fans. And then we will kind of graze through the rest of the Warner Brothers list. You can see the rest of the prices on screen for yourself. Also a lot of just combat character skins and things. And then I want to briefly mention a physical game sale going on at Target for physical collectors out there. You have to pay a little bit more, but Hogwarts Legacy is $5 off on Nintendo Switch if you want to pick it up physically. Sonic Mania plus Team Racing right now is $24.99 on Nintendo Switch. It says that this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is $49 or $48 to $59, so maybe that's through like a reseller or something like that. Might not not be the same price in store. But one thing that is a site-wide or store-wide type promotion that you can either get online or in store is Super Mario Party, which this is not my favorite Mario Party on Nintendo Switch by any means. Mario Party Superstars definitely takes that cake for me, but this is still a lot of fun and definitely more of a fun game for casual gamers. It's all motion-based controls for the mini games and things like that, utilizing the Joy-Con play. And for 40 bucks, considering we don't always see first-party Nintendo games go on sale, it's not a bad price to add it into your collection. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is only $20. Ubisoft has been selling that game on sale quite a bit recently, but still one of the better prices we've seen it for, and especially considering you can pick it up physically for that, definitely a plus. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, I wouldn't say that 40 bucks is a great deal for that game, especially considering how long it's been out, but it is on sale over at Target. And then last couple things to mention, Splatoon 3 I do believe is actually on a sale right now. I think it is $40 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and I did just confirm that $40 is what it is when you add it to cart. For some reason you have to add it to cart to see that price. That is definitely a steep discount for a first party Nintendo game that's not normally on sale, so look into that one. Sonic Superstars on Nintendo Switch, it says from $29.99 to $59.99, so maybe it's because of the buy one get one 50% off. I think that is kind of what it's showing us here, but if you can pick this one up for 29 bucks, even if it's a BOGO, it's still a really good deal. I enjoyed that game thoroughly. I think any 2D Sonic fan would, but if you're not a fan of 2D Sonic, probably skip it because it plays like 2D Sonic with prettier graphics. Mario Strikers Battle League, also one that if you were holding off on adding it into your collection, it's a much better price at $40 than it is $60, and that is also on sale and available at Target. And then you also have this $29.99 for Sonic Frontiers, which is once again a great price for that for 3D Sonic fans out there, which I would argue that that's one of the better 3D installments in the Sonic franchise. And Sonic Origins Plus, $24.99, not a huge discount, but still a great collection of old classic Sonic games. And then there's some other, select discounts here and there. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I believe, is another one of those that's 40 bucks when you add it to the cart. So let's verify that real fast. And indeed it is $39.99. So definitely going to highly recommend that. And that'll make it the game we'll close out our list with. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a lot of fun. Taking Kirby into 3D, it's the best selling Kirby game so far for good reason. I definitely think that this game is awesome, and I hope we see future installments with this style because it really goes hand in hand with Kirby very well, and I would not hesitate to add that into your collection for 40 bucks. Definitely a ton of fun waiting to be had with Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Let me know in the comments down below if you are planning on picking up any of the games mentioned on screen here today, or if there's maybe some other ones on sale that you did notice that weren't mentioned here. Oh, quick shout out to Persona 5 Royal on Nintendo Switch. Right before I was getting ready to click off the page, I realized that that's there at $24.99 instead of 60 bucks, and you get it physically for that, so definitely look into that for Persona fans. But let me know what you're adding into your Switch collection, if anything at all. You still just have a backlog of games you need to get through, and maybe you're working on that before you worry about any of this stuff, because that's kind of where I'm at. Or there's some that are on sale that are such a good discount that you will just go ahead and add it in now, because there's definitely one or two on that list for me. And finally, do you like these physical game sales that we walk through towards the end of the video, or are you somebody who typically tries to shop through Nintendo's official eShop more? So regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around these topics. Go watch the video on screen next if you haven't already. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.